foremost, welcome everybody to episode 16 of the Hey Bro Show. Kind of crazy to see that we're at episode 16 already. The topic today is KISS. Keep it simple. We'll call it silly because I say there's no stupid questions. But anyhow, I'm going to introduce David first and foremost. David Atkins is one of my best friends. He's an 8-star diamond coach with Team Beachbody. He's also a diamond in his second business center, or otherwise known as a CBC. He's a Success Club legend for 69 months, which means he's had 69 months of Success Club consecutively in his business. He's a 2-time elite coach, one of the very few male elite coaches in the company. He's a 6-figure earner with Team Beachbody. He was the former lieutenant of the New York City Police. He just got promoted to captain, so we'll call him Captain David today. So I think that shows the hard work ethic that goes behind what David does. Anything that he does, he puts all of his heart into it, and he succeeds. So with that being said, David, I'll pass it over to you, man.
What's up, my brother from another mother? So guys, welcome to the Hey Bro Show. Scotty and I are excited to get back. And let me tell you, a minute and 30 seconds ago, guys, I'm vacuuming, in the house. And then, after this, I'm going to shower. And then we're going to run to soccer. So Scotty and I are busy as anything. Hence, note the time, 9:40 a.m. Who does that? We do that because we want to get, I'm going to just say it, SHIT done, right? Get it into you guys, come and help you guys on this call. So we're here to talk about keeping it simple. We're going to come at you quick and with fire. But you guys, I love Scotty, as you said, one of my best friends. We've connected as fathers and husbands. We've talked about stuff personal, our struggles, business. Even yesterday, I shared a loss with him. He came back and shared a loss with me. Even with yesterday getting promoted to captain in the state police, I'm still going through a journey every single day. But Scotty is a 14-star diamond coach leading one of the top teams in the company. He's a Success Club all-star. I call it just guru beside legend because he's been crushing it with SC10 every single month. Beautiful wife, Gabby. He has beautiful children. He's a 5-time elite coach, right? He has beat me by a lot in that category. Such an amazing leader. Somebody I looked at from afar when I first became a coach and Scotty was growing. Million dollar club earner, which I absolutely love. And we always, have to, we put the disclaimer out there, so maybe I'll throw it in a comment when Scotty's talking or get in after. But without further ado, I love this show we're bringing to you guys. I'm going to kick it back to Scotty to kick the call off. Thanks, brother.
Awesome, David. So I love what David says about fitting this call in at 7:40 my time, 9:40 your time. Fitting it in. David had a busy schedule. I threw out a time. He's like, I can't do it that time. We're busy. And I said, we'll do it. So I'll let you guys know, I think it's good to drop little nuggets. I think the majority of people, and I say this candidly, would wake up this morning and be like, you know what, we're just going to push this back and do it later. At a family reunion, our family continued to arrive at our home here in St. George at 2:30 in the morning. And one of them brought a dog. It was barking. It was 4:30, and I was looking at my alarm being like, I got 3 hours to fall asleep and get back up. But I'm here for you guys. So I think that's a key to success, is just showing up no matter what. The topic today, like I said, is keep it simple. I've been talking to a lot of, I want you guys to understand the back story of what happens with a lot of times when we do calls or team trainings, is you start to see something work inside of as you're mentoring somebody. And if it works with a couple people, it's going to work with everybody. So I've been talking about this topic with many of my coaches. I started out with a couple mastermind chats with my diamonds, and we just really got to the point of, why are some people struggling? And it came down to the fact that they are struggling because they're overwhelmed. So many trainings, so many different things to think about, focus on, that they're struggling with, just the fact of keeping it simple. And if you realize anything that you want to become a professional at, we talked in the past on episodes about the 10,000 hours it takes to become a professional. If you're working on, let's say, 40, 30, 20 different things that you need to grow yourself in with Beachbody, you're never going to master one of them and become great at something. So it's important that you understand what that something is, where you need to put your focus to really master. So David's going to talk about the 4 vital behaviors and touch on some other things, but I'm going to talk about what's called the vital process. And I break it down into 3 phases. So I want you guys to write this down. I'm going to give you Beachbody, like how to run an effective Beachbody business in like 5 minutes. So 5 minutes from now, I'm going to tell you everything you basically need to know to run your Beachbody business. And then David's going to get down to more of the what you need to do every day, like something that you need to focus on, your priorities every single day. I'm going to focus on the big picture. So the first thing, and I'll touch on them, is you need to transform yourself. And I'll just hit it briefly. Do your personal development, start and finish programs. That's all I'm going to say on that. Start and finish programs, do personal development, and grow yourself. And it's like the story of when you're on an airplane and they talk about the life jackets and the air mask coming down. You have to put the air mask on yourself first, then you can put it on your child. Same thing goes with your health and fitness. You got to fix yourself, work on yourself first so that you can help others. That's the first thing. The second thing that you need to do, that's phase one. Phase two of this business that you need to master all three of these phases. That's phase one. Phase two, you need to reach out to people. You need to find your way. There's a million trainings on how to use social media, in person, referrals, all of that stuff. What all of that means, Instagram, Facebook, Facebook Live, blogging, YouTube, referrals, all that equals build a list of people. Like find your way to build a list of people that you can talk to. And what that means is build a list of people, find a way to build that list, and then your job with them is to attract them in or find them, put them on a list, and then make connections with them. So attract them or find them, make connections with them, and you do that by sharing your story with them, being vulnerable with them. They drop their walls down, they share with you what they need to accomplish. Once that happens, you then offer them a solution to fix the problem that they have. And I believe with all my heart that we can help anybody with anything that they have a struggle with Team Beachbody as a customer or a coach. So that comes the next step. You invite them to be a customer or a coach on your team depending on what their goals are. Okay? And then the last part of phase two, so that's phase two we're talking about right here. Attract people, attract or find them, connect with them, invite them to be a customer or coach. In the last part of that phase, which is the most important of everything I'm going to talk about today, is help them get results. So support them, help them get results. And guys, this is where you see tons of training. How to run a challenge group, how to use the My Challenge Tracker app, how to use a Facebook challenge group, how to use the templates to run a challenge group. All of that stuff equals help somebody get results. And the thing about this, guys, and this is for the men that we're speaking to specifically, a lot of, like I run a fitness challenge group. I run a challenge group on the app, yes, but the most effective way that I help somebody is a private message or a text or a voice message to their Facebook private message asking them how they're doing, asking about their progress, saying, dude, you told me you're going to complete this week. How was your week? How many days did you work out? And so you need to find your way, your best way to help support somebody to finish a program, to finish their goals, whether it's with their fitness or whether it's with the business. So that is the most important part of phase two, and that is help somebody get results. And what happens when they get results is they become Beachbody advocates. So no, that's what David and I are, and that's what the goal for yourself is to become. And then this part of phase two is to help somebody else become that person, a Beachbody advocate. You do not have to tell David and I to do our workout, to do personal development, to do the vital behaviors that he's going to talk about. So that's the big goal of phase number two, is to help somebody get results and become a Beachbody advocate. Okay? And here's the thing. If you can master phase one, do your personal development and your own transformation, you're going to completely change your life. You'll completely change your life. If you can master phase two of being able to attract people, connect with them, invite them, and help them get results, if you can master that, you're going to have an amazing retail business. You're going to help people transform their life with health and fitness. You're going to make some good commissions by helping people get started on their transformation and have a very good side business of helping people get results. Now, if you want to build a bigger organization or a bigger team, a bigger business, and you want to help people on a larger scale and become elite, do what David's doing, what I'm doing, now comes phase number three. So write down the steps of phase number three. But what I want you to remember as you go through phase one, phase two, and phase three is when you're doing phase one, that's what you're doing. When you're doing phase two, you're doing phase two and phase one. Okay, when you get to phase three, you're doing phase three, phase two, and phase one still. Phase three, this is where you build a bigger organization, have bigger influence, and begin to build a team. And it's super simple. It is help these Beachbody advocates that you created in phase number two Phase number 3 is help these Beachbody advocates do what you did with them in phase 1 and phase 2. Teach them how to do their personal development, their workout in phase 1. Teach them how to do phase 2. Teach them how to attract people, invite people, connect with people, and help people become Beachbody advocates, and help them be able to teach other people to do that. And then phase 3 is once they help those people, teach those people to do phase 3 as well. That's the entire Beachbody business in 5 minutes, is do those 3 phases, okay? And if you can master those phases, remember that when you get to phase 3, you're doing all 3 phases still. You don't get to phase 3 and just help teach other people how to do phases 1 and 2. You're still doing phase 1 of personal development and your workout. You're still doing phase 2 of you're still inviting people, attracting people, getting them into challenge groups, helping them get results, and helping them become Beachbody advocates. And when they become Beachbody advocates, that's when you say, hey, and this is the end of phase 2, hey, David, have you ever thought about, like, you're crushing it in the challenge group, or you're crushing it with your transformation? Have you ever thought about doing what I'm doing as a coach? Have you ever thought about being a coach? And that's the end of phase number 2. Sponsor them to become a coach. Now you're in phase number 3, and your job is to teach that person that said, yes, I want to be a coach. You teach them how to do all 3 phases, starting with phase 1, keeping it simple. As they master phase 1, teach them how to do phase 2. As they master that and start to sponsor coaches, teach them how to then mentor and teach other coaches. So there's the Beachbody coaching business model. That's it, guys. 7 years in, that's all I'm doing. If I were to circle down, what are the priorities of everything that I do every single day, no matter what, and that's it right there. So, David, with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to you. That's how I keep it simple. That's all I focus on. Now, I'm going to give it over to you, David.
Thanks, brother. And guys, amazing points. I hope everybody is taking notes, because, they always say, find somebody that has what you have and do what they do. So you have to be seeing what the leaders do and taking notes and implement that. And also, I ask you guys to share this video. I know at the bottom, I clicked on share when Scotty started, so we can add value to and touch as many people as possible and pay it forward. But what I want to do specifically in a couple of minutes is really hit on the 4 vital behaviors. Scotty gave you great phases to break it down, and then to get to the micro dirt level is the 4 vital behaviors, as we know, is invite, is being a proof the product works, right? Personal development and recognition being the 4th. You should know them to the point where, like, right now I'm just spitting them off in the top of my head. But I think what happens is, and I think a lot of people and a lot of men, is we overcomplicate the 4 vital behaviors. We think there's other secret to this business beyond just doing the vital behaviors. And a lot of times we're getting in our own way and we overcomplicate it. And I can tell you that Scotty and I just had a conversation recently about dumbing it down and keeping it simple within our teams and going back to things that we did when we first started, because we naturally don't even realize it, but we start overcomplicating things. So let me get into number 1, which I think is one of the most important vital behaviors, and that's why it's the first, is about inviting. Let me start off by saying is I do not, and I'm sure Scotty does not, just sit there and pretty much invite cold people off the bat. I have tried that before, and for me, it doesn't work. So when it comes to inviting, I want you to take a step back and realize that this really is a relationship marketing business. So David, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is, for me to get my invites, I don't go out in my life. I live my life like today. Let me give an example. I have soccer in about 45 minutes to an hour. Then we have my daughter's softball. Then we have ice hockey tonight. We have a barbecue for hockey in between. So I'm all over. The point being is, I don't go out to do Beachbody, but when I'm out, I'm being alert to life. And write that down, being alert to life. So what I mean by that is I'm constantly building relationships. I'm constantly talking to people. I'm constantly getting to know parents and husbands and other people, but not because I have a crosshairs on their back, like, oh, I'm going after them to be Beachbody. No, it's not that at all. But I'm constantly just trying to connect with people and build relationships, because I believe in the end that everybody needs what we have, but they may not know it yet. And I truly feel that if I'm sharing my journey every day on social media, that those that are in fact that need health and fitness in their life, and when they're ready and see my own journey, that they will in fact reach out to me, right? That attraction marketing thing, or they'll in fact, the conversation will come up. Because if you start getting results and you're sharing your journey, people naturally are going to want to do what you're doing, right? So I don't go out there and say, oh, I just met this dad, Scotty, today, and let me find them on Facebook and be a creeper and invite them to my next challenge group. No, like I always try to find the common ground. I try to build a relationship. We talk about life. It may come up what we do. It may come up not what we do. We connect on social media. If I find parents that I can connect with through my kids' school or things, I connect. And then I just leave it at that. But the point is that if you're constantly building relationships, right, and you're constantly connecting with people and you're constantly commenting on their social media platforms with the right intentions, guys, like truly connect with them on their kids or connect with them on sports, just leave it at that. I'm just there to build relationships, and people see what I do, and then people will start reaching out. And then, yes, I will follow up, invite people, I may see other parents that are working out or running, and maybe I'm commenting on their photos and I'm asking them how it's going, because if I can help them, I want to help them. I truly believe, like, if you go to a good restaurant or you see a good movie, we have no problem sharing that. Well, if I see a parent that's talking about they're on a diet or they're working out and exercising, and I feel that, you know, I may have a solution for them, I will share that. And I consistently am doing that. When it comes to inviting guys, it's a 24/7, 365 thing. It's not sitting down for me and saying, oh, I got to send out 3 cold invites to some guy or father or mother I haven't spoken to in 20 years. No, I'm just alert to life, and I'm constantly building relationships. And when you start doing that day in and day out, every single day, you're going to have the invites to speak to, because you're going to have that dad, that Scotty, that was a runner, that's not losing weight. And then, hey, and I love this is the way I do my invite because I truly believe it. Have you ever considered, and guys, write that down, have you ever considered joining one of my monthly groups? Like, I know I hear that with another leaders of the network. I know Scotty's heard that, because it's a very non-intrusive way when I'm talking to somebody that maybe is this runner or this parent or on this diet. Because on the flip side, we're sharing our journey, right? Because that's vital behavior number 2. We're sharing our journey. So, in fact, they're seeing our journey. So I just ask them, have you ever considered? If they say no, that's fine. It's all good. But inviting us to be part of your life. But I want you to take a step back and realize, be alert to life. Go out and live your life. It's a relationship marketing business. Build your relationships and go from there. Number 2, be a proof the product works. Guys, I think this is a big common thing with the men. I think men think at times when they first start that Beachbody can't be enough, that I need to go to the gym and I need to be pumping iron. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not doing chest on Monday and throwing up 300 pounds of bench press, that, you know, I'm not going to get the results. Let me tell you, I was there. I was that guy. And you have to get over, I think the biggest thing, realize we have top fitness programs with some of the top trainers in the world. Hands down, I believe in that. This morning, I did P90X3 Plyoside from P90X2, and it crushed me for an hour. I loved it. I haven't done it in a while. There's no better, you know, leg workout I could have got this morning, and you have to truly believe in that. So when you show up, and this is the thing, show up, right? Stop trying to do 37 different things. If you want to do a Spartan race or a Tough Mudder, great. You want to run a 10K race, great. But you need to be doing your workout 5 to 6 days a week. You need to be sharing your journey, and you need to be doing that every single day. I think the biggest thing is people start and stop, and that's another call on consistency. But be a proof the product works. You are always heading somewhere, okay? I don't care where you are. If you have 6-pack abs, maybe you're trying to do Insanity of the Asylum and becoming even more of an elite athlete. If you're somebody that's just starting off, then you're doing a beginner program. It's okay. You're in a journey. Be a proof the product works. Number 3, personal development. I'm going to say, from a state police standpoint and a coaching standpoint, that you have to, as Jim Rohn says, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And I believe that, because I've really worked the past couple of years. When I finally got the click and I got over my ego and realized that I needed to grow, because when you become better, you become better, that when I worked harder on myself, I learned how to become a better leader. I learned how to add value to people more. I learned how to be a better parent, a better husband. And I think this is the one that people miss because they feel they don't need it. And the thing is this, write this down. You do not know what you do not know. Meaning by, you can't make a judgment on personal development based on something you have no knowledge about, right? You don't know what you don't know. So when I'm reading so many times, I'm getting the aha moment. I'm getting like, holy cow, I never thought of that. But you don't know that unless you do it. So you have to start. And some people like, David, I don't have time. Let me give you an example, a quick example of my day. When I'm shaving and I'm in the shower, YouTube is on with personal development. It is what it is. It's hanging on a hook that the towel, like literally, I have a hanger for the hook where my towel's on. I lean my iPhone on it. It's leaning on the wall, like, and I have to balance it. And I put on YouTube, whether it's Gary Vaynerchuk, Eric Thomas, an Audible book. I'm listening to that. That's 15 minutes. When I'm cleaning dishes every single night, because Kristen is the cook in the family, I'm cleaning up. It's playing in my kitchen, personal development. When I'm in the car on the back and forth to work, right now I'm listening to The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. It's on Audible. I'm reading The Happiness Advantage. I told Scotty that, which is one of his favorite books. So I'm always finding the time. You have the time. It's about finding the time, right? When you're getting dressed, when you're putting your makeup on, listen to it, okay? Because that's going to make a difference, and you got to get over the fact that you don't want to do it. So invite. Be a proof the product works, personal development. That's number 3. And this isn't a you do it and stop. This is every single day, right? This is every single day. I'm still in it myself. And I know Scotty, I mean, guys, do you know he had a 52 book challenge? Like Scotty did a book a week for a year. He is where he is because of the way he operates up between here, okay? Last one, recognition. And this was the latest one that's added this past year is recognition. We all like to feel good, and we all know what it's like when people give us shout-outs, right? There's no human being that doesn't appreciate that. So as coaches, it should be our due diligence to recognize those challengers, recognize those coaches, recognize those people that, in fact, are going through the grind and showing up. No matter how small of a win it is, it's a win in their life. And if they're struggling, recognize that they're struggling because they're willing to do more to grow into the person they want to be. Right? This is in all areas of life. With your spouses, recognition, right? With the people that you work with, recognition. You need to operate in a mindset that every day you're building relationships, you're working out, you're recognizing people for the good that's in life, right? There's enough negativity in this world. You're looking for the positive, right? And you're growing as a person. Because when you're happy, and I'm learning this in the Happiness Advantage, when you're happy and you're focusing on these 4 vital behaviors that bring happiness, you will operate at another level and separate yourself from 98% of the world. You'll be a 2%er because you're doing the things that people aren't willing to do. And when you're happy, you feel better, you have more energy, and you're willing to work, right? So those are the 4 vital behaviors. Guys, easy to do, but easy not to do, right? Scotty gave you phases, and I just went over the 4 vital behaviors, and you have to be willing to do them every day. And I'm finishing with this. I don't think about I need to do them. It's part of my life. It's a habit. I don't wake up and say I need to work my business. I don't wake up and saying, oh, maybe I should work out today. Like, I got up and I did my workout. I'm going to do my personal development. Like, that's just the way it is. It's a habit. So again, invite. Be a proof the product works, personal development, and then recognition. So Scotty, I'm just going to kick it back to you to close, guys. And guys, have an amazing Saturday. Love all you fellas.
Okay, I'm gonna just mention one thing I want you guys to write down as well, because I've been a coach for 7 years. David's been along on this journey as well. Guys, remember this phrase right here. Principles will remain the same, processes will change. Principles will remain the same, processes will change. So what we gave you today with the 3 phases and the 4 vital behaviors are the principles of this business that will always remain the same. The thing that will change is the processes, how to find the people, how to help people inside the groups and whatnot. I'm going to give a quick example, and then I know David's got to run. And I got like 35 people in the home. We got to make sure they all eat their breakfast. But one of the things I want you guys to know, like a simple example, David said, be alert to life and don't put a crosshair on someone's back. Like we're at the pool the other day. I have in my text right now, in my text inbox, I have 2 email addresses from 2 people from the pool. I met them. I spent time getting to know them at the pool while we were there with the kids. And guys, I didn't try to target them with what I have. They heard briefly my story in like 1 minute, but the other 30 minutes was all about them, their life. I mean, one lady, I know she has 3 daughters. They're all married. She has 6 grandkids. They own 3 Sports Clips franchises. They've stayed in this place 3 times in this little community for vacation, 3 times for family reunions. Like, I know all about her. She knows very little about me, enough to pique her interest about what I do. And guys, I'm emailing her not to invite her to the challenge group, but I'm emailing her because I told her I have a connection, because I found out she wants to own one of these homes. She's frustrated that there's a long list. And I said, I know one of the people that got me into the house that will let you know when a house comes for sale before anybody else, before the list, and give you the opportunity. She's like, oh, I would love to have that connection. So I'm adding value, helping her in the area that she needs right now. And like David said, she's going to see on Facebook what we do. If the moment comes when we have a solution for her, I'll be able to make that invite and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? Guys, I also know one of her daughters teaches Insanity live classes in Utah and is not a Beachbody coach. But I'm not going to just target and go right for the throat. It'll take time, right? I got to build a relationship, help her with what she needs right now in her life, and when the time comes. So there's just an example. That's my invite. Even though I didn't say, hey, you want to join my group that's starting in 2 weeks? That's the invite process. Being alert to life, giving people what they need with where they're at right now, and then fully believing that we have a solution for them in the future. So with that being said, guys, we're going to end this call out. Keep it simple. That's all we do with Team Beachbody Coaching, building a business, helping people get results, and developing other leaders and mentoring people. So guys, our reminder today is to man up. We are on a mission to help the men rise up in this company, build more elite male coaches in the company, help the men of the female coaches support the spouses more and find their role in how they can help you. And don't forget to share this video. Let's build this thing, because there's millions of people that are struggling with obesity, and our mission, men, is very important. Our mission is to find these people, help them achieve their results, and live a healthier, more fulfilling lifestyle. So we'll see you guys later. Have an incredible day, and see you next week. Bye.